Two, one.
Hello, my name is William Allen. This is my Module 1 presentation for EDL 856. Just a little bit about me and how I got to be in this class. So I grew up in a small town, Brewster, Kansas. It's in northwest Kansas, has just a little over 300 people. I graduated with a class of 8 from high school. I continued my education at Benedictine College, where I received my bachelor's in elementary education after I discovered that psychology was not my thing and I would much rather work with children and help them to learn. After I graduated, I moved back to Colby, Kansas, which is just about 20 minutes away from my hometown of Brewster. I currently teach in a small Catholic school, Sacred Heart, here in Colby. I have just 8 students this year in 5th grade. I started out in 2nd grade, taught that for a year and a half, and then moved up to 5th grade just 2 years ago. So I'm really loving teaching 5th grade. I really like upper elementary for sure. And just a little bit about my personal life. I have been married to my awesome wife, Katie, for about a year and a half, and we are expecting our first boy or girl in March 2020. We're not sure yet. We're keeping it a surprise. And these are kind of the reasons that I am pursuing a master's in administration. Our dream is that my wife can be a stay-at-home mom, and I would love to support her, and I really think that I can be impactful in a position such as a vice principal or principal down the road. And some other hobbies that I have include playing sports, especially volleyball. I really like volleyball. Watching movies, reading books, and just hanging out with my family. Both of our families live really close by, so it's nice we get to hang out with them a lot. So on to kind of the content portion of this presentation. So we were asked to respond to the question, what multiple forms of communication strategies for reaching a variety of stakeholder communities do you currently use? So I kind of broke it down by what I use in my classroom right now and what our school uses. So in our classroom, I use the app Remind, very similar to a texting app. It's just quick little shout outs to remind parents, especially, what's going on in my classroom. So I have found a lot of success in using that and a lot of response from parents that they like it. And we have a school-wide website, and each teacher has their own page that I post to pretty frequently, just to keep parents updated on what we're doing in the classroom, what important dates are coming up, things like that. I have a mail system that I use with my students where I send home just graded work, basically everything and anything and everything. And then I also, if I need to, I'll use email or I'll call parents to communicate with them just to stay up to date with them. And as a school, we also use the app Remind a lot. It's a nice, quick, easy way to let parents especially know what's going on. And we have an envelope system that we used kindergarten through 5th grade. So we do have a preschool, but only K through 5 uses this envelope system. It goes home with the oldest child, so all my 5th graders receive the envelope for sure. If they have little siblings, they don't get one, but if you're the oldest child of that family in the school, you get the envelope. And they use it for things like grades when we send out grades, important reminders that we need to get home in paper. Field trip forms sometimes go out in these envelopes, so it's taken home, it's signed by the parents, and it comes back. So we do use that pretty frequently as a school. Again, the school-wide website, they update it fairly regularly, and it's been pushed that we use that more frequently so we can communicate out to parents especially and other stakeholders that would like to know what's going on in the school. We often put things in the church bulletin. So since we are a Catholic school, we're associated with the church, which is right across the street from us. And anytime we have things that are important to the community as a whole that are happening in our school, we'll post it in the bulletin so that people can see it there as well. And then just our normal parent-teacher conferences that are scheduled twice a year is a good way for us to communicate with those members that are most heavily interested in what we're doing in the school, which is the parents. And I would say that I'm currently pretty happy with the tools at my disposal. I have made communicating with parents one of my goals this year to improve upon, and I feel like the things that I've been using have been working for me and have really improved my experience in communicating out to others. Um, all of the content that we use is free. The Remind is a free app. The envelope system is free, obviously. Our website is a paid for website, but other than that, everything that we use is free. I know there's a lot of different platforms of communicating out with parents and other stakeholders, but these have really seemed to be working for us as a whole, I would say. And finally, we were asked to respond, do you follow a set of district strategic policies for communicating effectively? Why or why not? So I would say that yes, I do, in a sense, follow our strategic policies in place. Our website is the only kind of unified policy that we have that we are pushed to use as a school. Um, Other than that, we really only have a list of don'ts, like don't communicate with parents through personal text, things like that, just to kind of cover our backs. But other than that, we don't really have a whole lot in place of this is how we're going to communicate with people and here's how we're going to do it. And so why is it like this? We are a newly formed district. So before we were associated with the Diocese of Salina, but we are just currently unified into one district so that all the Catholic schools in our diocese are now under one district. And this has been a big change, and things are slowly being changed and implemented in different ways. There's a little bit of confusion at what we are and are not as a district now. But we do still follow the guidelines for the Diocese of Salina. So again, those policies in place that say, do this, don't do that. That's kind of what we have as our baseline right now. So yes, I am looking forward to learning with the rest of you throughout this class, and I look forward to getting to know each of you better and getting to be a better communicator in this class. Thanks.